due to some problems with bad noise on 160, I've decided to use my MFJ noise canceling signal enhancer, the model 1026. And what you do with this device is feed a signal in as a noise source to it. And then you also feed your main antenna into it, and you adjust the phase so that the noise cancels. So this picture here is the antenna outside. This is a Russian product that I picked up on eBay. There's several different brands of these. This one is basically a high gain amplifier that covers the entire HF and even down below the broadcast band. And it doesn't seem to matter where you put the thing. I've put them up real high and down low and so forth, and they do a fairly decent job. But the main purpose of this is to pick up enough noise to cancel the noise that's coming in on the main antenna. So it's mounted on a copper pipe that I just jammed in the ground. My coax was already there. It's connected down in this area right here. You can see the smaller coax coming down to the RG213. That goes underground to the shack, and there is a ground connection there, and I've got that hooked to the pipe. So it's important to ground this thing right there at the antenna. Again, these are called mini whip antennas. If you'd like to look them up on the web, just type in mini whip antenna and you'll find quite a bit of information about them. So this is my IC7610, and over here I just quickly hooked up this MFJ-1026 noise canceling gadget. You can see back there in the background I have a power injector that injects 12 volts into the coax to feed that amplifier. This right here is a receiver protector I put on there just in case. I'm going to be running some high power, and I don't want too much power coming back into the signal enhancer. It probably isn't necessary. It's got protection in it anyway, but I just thought I'd put that in there. So anyway, we're listening to W1AW. As you can see here, there's no noise. And it's the sun is still up. It's early evening. It's 5:30, and they're coming in pretty good. So I just want to show you what it sounds like without the antenna coming in from outside. This is just the main antenna that you're going to be hearing, and that's what you would normally hear. So let me switch over. I'm going to turn this receiving antenna off. Now you'll notice the this is just a huge amount of noise. It's so strong. Let me turn the preamp off. Let me turn off frequency just a little bit. You can kind of get an idea of what it sounds like. AM mode might be a little more revealing. Now I can turn the reference down here. This is with my scope reference turned all the way down. That's as low as I can get it. So I've got almost 30 dB over 9 noise coming in. That's with no preamp, and that's what I was facing. And I have a group I talk to at night, and this was just totally drowning them out. All right, so turn the MFJ on, Now let's see. Now we switch over to both antennas, and of course, obviously the difference is simply amazing. Now, the adjustment on this is very critical. And what you do is you feed in exactly the same amount of signal from your main antenna and your auxiliary or your noise antenna. You try to get them balanced. And then you adjust your phase. And this button here reverses the phase. And this one sets the frequency range of the internal Wizardly. This is a preamp for the auxiliary antenna here. Now it's important that you get, let me turn the reference level up just a little bit here so you can see any noise. Now if you watch the screen, I'm going to turn the gain down on the noise antenna. I'll turn the gain down and notice we get our noise. Turn the gain up just the right amount and you can see it go away on the screen. If I turn it too high, the noise comes back. So we'll set it back to where it's just right. Just dip it right there. Now on the main antenna gain, turn it down. What you're seeing is the noise coming in from the auxiliary antenna. Turn it back up. It cancels right there. Turn it up too far. There's your noise. So we just adjust that just right. And for the phase, it's clockwise. Our noise comes back. So you got to turn that until it's just exactly right. And what you end up with is a very, very quiet band. You see the S meter is reading 0. And we are in AM mode, so let's go to SSB.
WA3PBO, clear. What the hell? He looks through the window for the bathroom's fine, and it's out beyond the bathroom, as you see. It was like
Now I can turn the MFJ off. And there you go. It automatically bypasses itself. So you're seeing the main antenna. Turn it back on.
So the cops come, and Mitch is like, "Oh, look on the ground. I don't see nothing on the ground." He goes, "Look up there." He looks up and sees.
So on the 7610, it's got some BNC jacks on the back, and 2 of them provide the receive antenna in and out. And those interface directly with the antenna jack on the back of this. I'll try to show you this. And here we are. So this one here, main antenna, this one's labeled radio. So this jack here will go to your antenna output, or your antenna output on the back, the BNC jack, and this one will go to the antenna input on the back. And then again, this goes to your auxiliary antenna or your noise antenna. and then you need 12 volts DC to power it. And then what you do on the front panel, you see your antenna switch here. Let's see if we can zero in on that one a little better. You notice how it says ANT1/R. So it's in the receive mode. It's using the main antenna to transmit, but the receive antenna is auxiliary, and that's coming from our MFJ over here. So if I hold the button in, it'll go back to the main antenna, antenna 1. Hold it in again, it goes to and it's now using the BNC jacks on the back instead of the usual coax jack. So we don't have any large amount of RF going through the MFJ. Our main antenna still goes to the antenna 1 jack on the back of the 7610, just like it always did. But we make use of those 2 BNC jacks, and we feed the antenna out into this and the antenna in from this back into the radio. So we don't need to worry about the relay. This thing has a transmit receive relay in it that you could actually key, but we don't even use that. That's the nice thing about using the 7610. Also works with the K3. And if you got a 7300, you can get one of those little adapters and put in the rig. I'm trying to think of it's called a RX 7300 or something like that. I believe you can buy them through DX Engineering, and that'll give you essentially the same thing. So you can use your noise canceling device. Pretty neat trick. So that's about it. Thanks for watching 73 N4LQ.